What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the next part, episode 4. No, 5. Episode 5, big nut. Yeah, it's 5. It's definitely 5. It's 5. I just remembered. It is absolutely 5. So, a couple things. Big news. One, I don't have to ASMR tonight. We're back to sleeping in the spare bedroom. So I can be a little bit louder, which is fine, you know. Apologize to you guys that may miss the intimacy, but I certainly don't miss talking like this. I can be a little louder. 2, things are a bit different in a couple ways. 1, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but in previous videos, down at the bottom of the box, you know, underneath the green patch, there was a black bar. If you remember from the first video, I had it at a lower quality and then I upscaled it to make it all look nicer, yada yada yada. I know how to do YouTube shit. Well, that left that gap there apparently, and I didn't realize it until I was doing all my editing for the ASMR video. So I fixed that, so it's a little bit bigger now, so I changed the dimensions of the gameplay, my screen. I made my screen a little smaller, made the gameplay a little bigger, so hopefully you guys kind of like that. 2, I found out that my webcam has been recording on like 420p, and it's capable of doing 1080. So I have it in 1080, so it's a little cleaner. I sadly look a little clearer, you know, much to y'all's dismay, but you can see my dope-ass Legos clearer now. Not that that matters, but my Legos. And 2, and this is the big thing. I spent a lot of time last night editing, trying to learn how to edit in more special effects. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Amateur hour stuff, I know. I'm not super proud of it, but I'm learning, and that was the whole point of this, so I'll take my victories where I get them. But the big thing is I cleaned up everything. That means nothing to you guys, because y'all don't see, obviously, the stuff in the background. But in cleaning up the files, I realized I had 3 different copies of Emerald. Emerald totally legit cartridges on my computer. So I deleted 2 of them. And I deleted the wrong one. And I tried to get my save file back, but I think I don't know. I really do not know. I lost save data. The spoilers, lost the save data. So after editing, I was up till 9 a.m. yesterday. I started recording around 3 a.m. Started editing around 4. Finished editing around 6-ish. And then played for like 2 hours just to get back to where we are. But we're right back where we left off. Couple things have changed. 1, the natures are different. So the Zigzagoon is now quirky. The main reason I went with quirky is so Zigzagoon has, as far as base stat totals, I will put them on right here. Well, probably right here. Put it right down here. But, so these are the base stat totals of Zigzagoon. As you can see, his physical attack and his special attack are the same. Now, obviously, EVs and IVs are going to change that, which is why these 2 numbers do not look the same. But I figure I'm going to use that to my advantage, so that way, you know, obviously we'll have some strong physical stab normal type with Zigzagoon, but Zigzagoon can learn Surf, it can learn Ice Beam, it can learn Thunderbolt, so I want to try to utilize those, you know, the ability. I say the ability. It's base 30. But it's not like using our physical attack is going to be that much more effective. So might as well use what we have. Moveset, also a little bit different. I got rid of Tail Whip, kept Tackle, just because I run out of PP for Headbutt all the time. So having that extra PP and having Tackle, it sounded like a good idea. Yami is now Adamant. Now, before I you know, wanted to not neuter Yami's special attack because Crunch is special in this game. But as you can see by these, Poochyena's physical attack is just better than its special. Its special is fine. I mean, compared to Zigzagoon, it's fine. But his physical attack isn't half bad. So in the long run, I really think, while Stab Crunch might not be a bad idea just for the PP, the stab, whatever, I feel like once we get the team for Shadow Ball, that's just going to be the better option for Ghost types and Psychic types. So I got an Adamant Poochyena. I stuck with an Adamant Poochyena. Its physical attack stats pretty damn good. Its special attack is awful. And the last big change is... sorry, there's two big changes. One is a big change, and that is I chose Trico as the starter, so that way our rival will have Combuskin and then Blaziken, just so that way it is a little bit harder. Even though I talked about, you know, not really needing to do that before, but I had the opportunity to fix it. I felt like if it's going to be a challenge, make it as much of a challenge as possible. So I did do that. And the second thing is, because Yami is Adamant Nature, when I went back and did the Roxanne fight, that was awful. It was awful. It still somehow only took me 2 tries. But the first battle, I died to the Geodude. Like, the very first Geodude, because it was like a 4-hit kill. I had to go back and grind Poochyena up to, I think, level 15. Which, I can't remember if I did that in the previous run. I mean, I recorded the videos. I could just look before I open my mouth. But anyway, point is, they're a little higher level. They're 16 and 17. I think before they were 16 and 16. So Poochyena is a little bit higher, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and get up in this. So we have a cave to explore. I already talked to him, got Flash. We are going to encounter 1,000 wild Pokemon tonight, which is fine. I need to also be on my A game because something tells me they're going to start evolving this episode, because we are really close, because I think it's level 18 and 22, I think. Might be 18 for both. I don't actually remember off the top of my head. I'm starting to realize that once upon a time, I had really good Pokemon knowledge. Like, just, I remembered all the random evolution levels they learned moves, shit like that. But because I've not been playing as much as I used to, it has not gotten easier for me. But, alright, so we're going to navigate through here. So, you go up top, there's an item down here that I can get, but it's not where I need to go. But that is okay. Oh, we're not even humoring you. Fun fact, though, this is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Aeron. He's not great. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think Aggron is probably one of my favorite Pokemon. But in this generation, he's not that good. He doesn't learn any Rock-type moves. Like, he doesn't even learn Rock Slide. So no Rock Stab, even though he's Rock Steel, which is already kind of a rough typing, because you're quad weak to fighting, you're quad weak to ground, which are two very popular types as far as coverage goes. But it's okay. I love the design. I love big beefy monster boys. It's always kind of been one of my favorites as far as Pokemon design goes. I just got home from work, so another late shift, but that's okay. Tomorrow I'm not fighting you. I'm not gonna get arm thrusted into existence. But I am just a little groggy, so my speech is going to be a little, ooh, Sableye, let me out. I used to always think that was what he was saying as a kid, was, let me out! Which, I mean, is horrifying, which is appropriate for the Hobkinsville Goblin, I think is what it's inspired by, this thing. whatever that is. I'm waiting because I'm the one that edits my videos, obviously. And I really don't enjoy watching myself because I notice just how much of a... Oh god, my forehead. Hold on, let me cover that back up. Hell yeah. But, no, I can't stand my hair in my face. I lose my train of thought so much, so I do apologize to you guys. Like, I was going back and reviewing some of the videos today while I was at work, just because there was nothing going on tonight. And there was, like, I think 4 different times that I noticed that I, like, started down a path, and then something happened, whether it was, like, game-related. Ooh, I think this is actually where I get an Everstone. I think it's the only one that I can get. I could not figure out if there was a way for me to cheat in an extra Everstone, so that way I can give both of my Pokemon one. But that is okay, because if I have at least one, that's better than none. I will probably give it to Poochyena just to leave the item slot on Zigzagoon nice and open, so I can keep farming that delicious pickup ability. So, but yeah. See, I think this is one of the things. I'm pretty sure I had a point, and then I lost it. And then I started talking about how I always lose points. But yeah, so I'm very tired. I had actually intended to... Beautiful Everstone. I had actually intended to go to bed tonight, because I do have to be back to work. Not early. 3 p.m. It's not that early, but given how it's already 5 a.m., 3 p.m. is going to come sooner than I may like it to. But I really want to try to stay on at least a daily upload of these. Like I said, I have other videos that I am kind of working on in my head, figuring out better ways to maybe record full frame video. Just because this webcam's fine. I'm in a nice little box. The 1080p comes through nicely. I can be seen nicely. All things fine. But if you expand it like this, it all of a sudden doesn't look as good. You can see a lot of the elemental fractaling. I'm not as good with my audiovisual terminology. But you can see a lot of the artifacting. That's what it is. A lot of the artifacting in the low quality webcam. So the frame rate's also not that good. But alright. Steven Stone. Yeah, this is Steven. I didn't see what he said at first. But let's see. He's distinguished. He's a distinguished gentleman. So that's just my voice. I'm not a distinguished gentleman, so I don't know why I thought that that's a good voice for Steven. I want to do better about doing voices to make it more entertaining, but I'm not good at this at all. Like, it's one of the main reasons why I can't play games like D&D, because I'm super bad at role-playing, voice acting, anything like that. But alright. Yes, no, I don't think he talks slow like that. I think he just talks normally. I think Steven's just he's a chill guy that likes rocks. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travel here and there. Oh, a letter for me. I handed over the letter. Okay, thank you. You went through all this trouble to deliver that. I need to thank you. Oh, never mind. That's not what we're doing here. Alright, let me see. I'll give you this TM that you can't use. It contains my favorite move, Steel Wing. That is a good move. I like Steel Wing. I think it's a good TM. But neither of my dogs have wings, so... Your Pokemon appear quite capable. If you keep training, you could even become the champion of the Pokemon League one day. That's what I think. That's foreshadowing. I know. Since we've gotten to know each other, let's register one another in our Pokénaps. Brother, I walked up on you in a cave with a letter to you. How did I know you were here? Why are you not asking more questions than, oh shit, dude that stumbled upon me in a cave. Here's my phone number and a TM. A CD, if you will, with my mixtape on it. Alright, now, I've got to hurry along. Alright, bye-bye. Alright. So that's it. I was actually wrong earlier when I said I think there are more trainers in here to grind out some levels. So, it's gym time? It's gym time. Well, the last gym was carried heavily by Poochyena. This one is going to be all Zigzagoon in that headbutt. Because Tackle Poochyena is not going to cut it at all. We'll see how this goes. Odor Sleuth. So I'm not usually a big fan of this move. However, I should have kept Sand Attack. I'm going to use it just in case we encounter... I don't think we're going to encounter any ghost types before I get to a point. And I mean, if we do, I always have Yami, so it's probably a move I'll never use. Look at you, dude. Definitely not dealing with headbutting you to death. As much as I know, both of my dogs love rocks. One likes to headbutt them, and the other definitely likes to eat them. But overall, tonight was a good night. Sorry, my nose is... I have a pimple growing right here. For some reason, I don't have any problems with acne. I've been very, very lucky to just not have the acne gene at all. But I grow pimples like everyone does. I have 3 main locations that I get them. And they all suck ass. The first one is right here. Not on this side, on this side of my nostrils. Right here. The second one is on my right thigh. Inner thigh, too. So the part that always gets chafed, you know, if you're walking a whole lot. So that's always a lot of fun. And the other one is on my right ass cheek. It's probably TMI, and I apologize. But those are the only 3 spots. I don't struggle with pimples anywhere else. But in the 3 worst spots you could have it. Honestly. Like, every time, you know, because my girlfriend doesn't struggle with acne, but every once in a while she gets a pimple. She, oh, it's such a, it's a pimple, it looks so bad, yada, yada, yada. Every time I'm just like, I wish I would just get a pimple here, you know, or just a pimple here. Like, yeah, it's unsightly, but I've always thought people freaking out about it was dumb, because, like, if you're going to judge someone for having a pimple, like, brother, almost everyone gets them. They're, and I mean, I know the point is like, well, people can be judgmental for things they can't help. It's like, yeah, but it's whatever. It's a pimple, you know? Like, judge people based on something they can't help. Like, if they're fat, because if they're fat, it's most likely their fault. Case in point. Hey, double battle. Can't wait for Yami to do absolutely nothing. Actually, there's Metatite in here. So, I can bite a little bit. I can bite. Bite would be a good move to use. Something tells me this Machop is about to karate chop one of these dogs to oblivion. As much as I hate to say it, I hope it's Yams, because I need Kotaro for this fight. But I was saying, I have a pimple. But my night, my work night, I'm probably going to end up sharing a lot of stories from work, just because that's where I spend most of my time. But tonight in particular was honestly uneventful. Nothing really went on. I did have one guy. So, I work at a Jimmy John's. I have a home store location, but I work at all the different stores that are in my town. So, food service. I have a lot of history in both food service, hospitality. That's what I went to college for. That's what my bachelor's degree is in. Yada, yada, yada. Cooking, customer service, the whole 9 yards. Anyway. There's this guy that comes in who, if you haven't worked at Jimmy John's, which I'm going to assume most of y'all haven't, we have a rewards program that is connected to people's phone number. So they can enter their phone number, pull up their rewards, but it also allows us to look at any previous orders they've placed. But almost no one ever uses that feature. If they do, it's usually old people that, you know, call to place a pickup or delivery order, and they're like, oh, yes, can I would really like to get whatever it was I got last time, because I'm old and I just can't remember what a turkey sandwich is. And it's fun. It's like, okay, yeah, I can see last time you got this, this, and this. Is that what you want? And they'll be like, yes, that's what I want. That would be delicious. Thank you. And all's fine. But there's this one dude. I'm not going to say his name, because who knows, he might find this video. But if you know who you are, you're an asshole. If you stumble upon this video. You know what? At first I was going to be like, no, I shouldn't call some random stranger an asshole. But I'm gonna. And the reason I'm going to is because he's an asshole. So, every time he comes in, this is what he does. So normally when a normal person walks into a Jimmy John's, or any restaurant for that matter, they come in and they say, hey, can I get a turkey sandwich? Bet. You want a number 4 turkey tom? Yeah, sounds good. You want cheese on it? Hell yeah. You want to add anything else? Yeah, give me a cookie. Alright, bet. That's a normal transaction, right? That hurt. That hurt really bad. That hurt really bad. Alright. Alright, Yums. Let's do this. Let's pull out that old tackle. Oh, this is not good. This Makuita does not like my story. Ooh. Alright. Alright. Hit. Mitt. We're good. We're good. We're gonna have to grind. I'm gonna go ahead and tell. We're about to get mopped in this gym fight, and we're going to have to grind. But anyway, back to my story. So this guy comes in, and I've dealt with him 3 times now. Ooh, let me not do that. Let me go heal up, because I don't have any revives yet, and I am not attempting to run this with a half health Poochyena. I do not care about the sake or sanctity of the challenge. But so the first time I dealt with him, this is the exact conversation I had with him. He comes up and he says, and I quote, yes, I'm wondering if you can look up an order for me. Now, usually this happens all the time. Someone will come up, ask us to pull up a previous order. It's usually because it was a big catering order. They need a copy of the receipt. Literally happens at least, I was about to say once a day. It's not that frequent, but at least once a week. We get a lot of catering orders. You know, sometimes they lose the paper order. Sometimes the person that paid for the order was not the person that got it. Yada, yada, yada. Business, business, business. So that's how he approaches it. He's like, hey, I need you to look up a previous order. Okay. What was the name? Blah, blah, blah. All right. What day was that order placed? And then the very first time I dealt with him, he just said, I don't know. And it's like, all right. Anything you can do to narrow it down? Because at this point, you have given me a basic-ass white man name, and you have said, go find said order. Brother, you're asking a lot of me. So I'm asking him questions, and he's getting irritated. He's like, I've told you my name. What more do you need? I'm like, well, a lot more. And he was like, well, can't you just look it up by the phone number? And I was like, well, technically, yes, but I can't type in your phone number and it shows me, you know, all the orders so I can find the receipt. And he was like, yes, you can. And I was like, all right, buddy. How can I? Explain it to me. And he was like, well, every time I come in here, I just give them my phone number, and then they pull up my previous order. I'm like, okay. I was like, I can do that, but I'm not going to be able to, like, give you the receipt or anything. Again, thinking that this whole thing was him, you know, having a problem or needing a receipt. Because again, that happens all the time. And he goes, I don't need a receipt. I just want my sandwich. And I'm like, oh, you just want to order the same thing you ordered last time. And he's like, yeah, no duh. And I'm like, buddy, you are the only person that ever orders a sandwich like that. The only one. Now, I'm obviously, I'm getting more heated in this. You wait a fucking second, Brawley. I'm coming back. I'm going to tell my story. But obviously, in the moment, I was much more professional, much more customer service oriented. But I pretty much explained, I was like, well, sir, with all due respect, when you begin an order with, I need you to look up a previous order, that doesn't immediately tell me you want a sandwich. And he just kind of looks at me like I'm the dumbass here. And I shit you not, he hits me with, well, you should tell your manager to train you better. And I look at him and I say, sir, I am I didn't say fucking, but I was like, sir, I am the training manager. I'm the one who trains. And he looks at me, he was like, well, how does the training manager not know how to do this? And I was like, the training manager knows exactly how to do that. But you didn't ask for that. You asked for a receipt. He was like, I didn't want a receipt. And I was like, sir, you need to understand that if you wanted me to duplicate an order or redo an order, you would say, hey, I want to order a sandwich. What do you want? I don't know. I just want what I got last time. Can you just pull that up? Absolutely. And then you have your sandwich. But instead you hit me with, I want you to look up an order. And then got confused that I got confused. And I have found out that he does this to every single person at Jimmy John's. And he came in again tonight. And he immediately... the whole reason I dealt with him is because my driver was dealing with him. And he gave him this whole, you really should know how to do this. And she was like, I'm not. I've been working here too long for you to talk to me like that when you're not being clear with what you want. So I stepped up and I recognized him. And he just kind of, he had this smarmy kind of like, And I was like, how can I help you, sir? And he was like, you guys really struggle with this. And I was like, sir, with what? And he was like, I just want a sandwich. And I was like, well, I can assure you we don't struggle with sandwiches. That's kind of all we do here, buddy. And he's like, I was like, so what kind of sandwich can I get you? And I shit you not, he hits me with a, look it up. And I was like, sir, you don't have to be so rude and demeaning. He was like, well, you guys really need to know how to do your job better. And I was like, sir, you are the only customer I have ever had in 4 years of Jimmy John's that comes here as often as you do that can't remember his own order. And he was like, well, I can remember my own order. I'm like, then tell us, because I guarantee you it will take us 10 less minutes for you to just tell the person at the register what it is you want. Because he just gets a turkey sandwich, no tomatoes, add cucumbers. 4 seconds. Turkey sandwich, no tomato, add cucumbers. 4 seconds. That's it. But instead, every time he goes through this whole rigmarole of, what do I want? Well, you're going to have to find it first. And I'm not going to tell you how. And I'm not going to tell you what. And it's just like, brother, you give us your name. And that's another thing. He's like, the order will be under Daniel. And then after running someone through it, then he'll be like, you can find it using my phone number. Motherfucker, why didn't you start with that? Why didn't you start with that? If you know so damn much about Jimmy John's, why are you running people around this rigmarole? Right? And now, I should say this. This is a 40-year-old man. He might not be, but he's gray, balding, whole 9 yards. So I'm assuming about 40s. Doesn't look old enough to be 50s. So I'm going to say 40s or maybe just a really bad 30s, which is probably why he's so miserable. But yeah, he just, tonight, I was just like, sir, you're the only person that eats here as much as you do that can't remember his own order and makes us have to look it up. I was like, the reason most people don't know that that's kind of a thing is because none of our customers do it. And he was like, I don't know why not. I was like, because, sir, most customers just come up here. We say, what do you want? And they say turkey sandwich. That's it. That's the end of the procedure. By that point, we've already made half your sandwich. And he was like, but it's so much easier to just look it up. I'm like, sir, I'm telling you it's not. He was like, well, if you knew how. I'm like, sir, we've been over this the last time. I am the training manager. I am the arbiter of knowledge of fucking Jimmy John's. I didn't say fucking, obviously. I was like, but I am the arbiter of knowledge of Jimmy John's. I know how to do it, and I'm telling you, it is way faster for you to just say, Turkey Tom, no tomatoes, add cucumbers, than to say, yes, I would like to repeat the same order that I got last time, and I need you to look it up for me, because I can't remember it to tell you. My phone number is blah, 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 blah. And then when we pull it up, we go, oh, okay, so you want to repeat the same order. And he's like, yes. Well, it doesn't always let us repeat the order because his order was placed using a limited time promo that doesn't exist anymore. And for some reason, the system just doesn't keep track of the other orders that he's placed. So it only shows the one, and it doesn't let us just hit repeat order. We have to manually type in everything, which then means the person either has to memorize, which again, it's not that hard. It's just turkey sandwich, no tomatoes, add cucumbers. Yeah. But still, I tried to explain it. I was like, sir, it would take so much less time for you to just tell us what you want, and then it's on its way. But if you're one of those people, fuck you. Just fuck you in the ass. You are a terrible person. You are a waste of space. You are the bane of everyone's existence. I have no sympathy. But, alright. So here's what we're going to do. Story concluded. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Welcome to my TED Talk. Or, goodbye for my TED Talk. We're going to let this dude eat our ass real quick. Because that's what I'm into. Ass eating, for sure. I'm not at all. But I'm going to challenge him. We're going to see how this goes. Fingers crossed, this is going to go great. Let's save real quick just in case some shenanigans happen. If we get mopped, I will grind off screen. And then we'll pick up in the next video. But maybe we'll end this video with a nice badge. Alright, so I'm Brawly. Duford, he's not that buff. He's a small little, like, yoga looking dude. So, I guess more of a... I'm Brawly. I've been churned in the rough waves. He's a surfer. Yeah, dude. I've been churned in the rough waves of these parts, and I've grown tough in the pitch black cave. So if you wanted to challenge me, let's see what you're made of. I don't know what that started to evolve into at the end there, but we got there. Alright, look at him. He just wants a hug. He just wants a hug. Alright, Machop. Level 16. So we are only a couple levels higher. This is not going to go well. We're going to hope for flinching. Alright, there's one. Bam. Let's do it again. Nope. Oof. That's problematic, because this next headbutt's going to put him in healing range. Another flinch, though. That's great. Oh, now this is just going to get so much longer. And every single one of these Pokemon no headbutt, too. This is not the greatest end result I could have hoped. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Yep. I mean, yep. Yep. That's what. Yep. That's what was going to happen. Yep. Yep. Alright. We're going to howl because we're angry. We're just going to yell at the moon. Yep. That's how this fight goes. Alright, let me just grind through. Damn. Damn. That went so poorly. Alright. Well, I mean, we all knew it was going to happen. I'm going to be grinding for a while, aren't I? Yeah, but that's not y'all's problems. That's my problem. So I'm going to grind up real quick, and I'll probably just go ahead and record the next video where we beat the gym and then go off to the next area. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah. See y'all soon.